What's going on, guys? DJ Sketch here again. Sorry I've been away from the studio for a little bit, but we actually just relocated to our new luxurious studios on the other side of town. Yeah, I've been moving and packing and all this stuff the last couple weeks, and finally just got the move done, so here we are. Everything's finally good, back to being stable and all that stuff. That's enough about me. What I really want to talk about here today is Battleborn, and also the things I really do and don't like about it. There's a lot that's very positive about this game, I will admit, because honestly I've been having a blast playing it, and I've also been playing this a lot, not a lot more, but a bit more than Overwatch. And every time Iron Banana comes around with Destiny, I would switch over and play that. But even still, like this, when I'm not playing anything else, I've always been playing Battleborn a lot. It's kind of taken over the playtime I would ordinarily dedicate to Call of Duty, funny enough, so, it goes without saying. But yeah, so if you've seen the first video that I did, I guess covering Battleborn before when it was still in the beta stages, my impressions were fairly positive. I enjoy it a lot, and I like the style of it. I mean, it's Gearbox, so they really can't do too much wrong, aside from a couple games that I'm not going to mention. But, for the most part, they make some really good work, and I really enjoy the stuff they put out over the last few years. Is it close to being a Borderlands 3? No, not really. I mean, the art style is there, and the impression is there. It has a lot of similar ideas, and also the comedy is very similar. So if you like that, then you'll like it, of course. But there are some pretty serious drawbacks. The game, much like all these other games, this game reminds me a lot of Destiny with its single-player campaign. It's online only, but also it's the kind of thing if you do on one mission, you've done them all, because you're going to be doing the same kind of objectives constantly over and over again, and until they add new missions and this, that, and the other, you see them kind of rounding out the same thing. And also the matchmaking is a little bit jacked. I mean, that's my main complaint with this game. The matchmaking is kind of awful, because you'll honestly be doing the same missions after you've gone through them all. You'll pretty much you never do them in succession, which that's kind of a nitpick, but that was an issue I had with it. And also, either rage quitting or disconnects completely just ruin the flow of the game, because if you're going initially with 5 people and you drop down to 2, everything stays scaled as if you had 5 people and it's just the 2 of you. So that kind of messes up the dynamic and also kind of the flow of the game. And also, if you're used to doing high wave, kind of higher difficulty things like that, then it might be a challenge for you. So that may not necessarily be a bad thing. But the matchmaking, it really needs a lot of improvements. That's really the only complaint I have. It's just that, and also if you go into the advanced playlists or the raids, you also kind of come into that same issue. Might get matched up to begin a match with someone. That's funny, that rhymed. But you might not end up with the same people you started out with, the long and short of it. And the multiplayer, pretty much, it's, again, the matchmaking is kind of crucially, pretty much with either the single player mode, even though it's not really single player, and the multiplayer mode. If you go into it with people that either don't know what they're doing or that are prone to rage quit if they can't figure out what to do, then chances are, about 7 times out of 10, you might have a bad time. But for the most part, I've been very fortunate in actually getting groups that actually stick with it and actually keep going for the most part. I've came across a few randos, but those matches typically end pretty quick, just because, again, the randos don't know what they're doing. But even still, they'll figure it out eventually. And, but overall, I would definitely recommend this. I mean, it's only a $40 game. And, I've seen worse ways to spend $40 at a game retailer, so this, I wouldn't say, is one of them. If you're not really big on the whole MOBA or hero shooters thing, maybe this may not be for you, but still at the same time, if you want to try something different, and also just see, I guess, actually how different this is compared to Overwatch, because yes, there are a ton of differences. Maybe that'll be a future video. It's just exactly how different both these games are. But there's a lot of really cool content we're checking out, plus also the DLC for this. They claim to be releasing it all for free, so that's also some cool incentives, especially when it's only $40, and I think if you pay for the season pass, you just get all these things early, which, that's kind of cool. I mean, you can pay for it if you want to get it quick, but you can not pay for it and still get it, so I'm kind of a fan of that model. I can get down with that gearbox. Alright, but thanks again for checking out the video, guys.